Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Insomnia 60 BYOC CSGO tournament stream. Here we're going to get into our second map, which is going to be Inferno, of all things, here between Infused and Dog Gaming. I'm Switchblade Jane, joining once again. He's going to be John Allen himself. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm doing just good.
Fantastic.
Well, I mean, wait, just good? No, I'm doing more than just good. I'm doing just better than good. There you go.
Yes, we got this one down. So, we've about confirmed that that was the first map. We don't have an official confirmation, but we kind of have our hints and the ideas that this is going to be, that this is the second map of our series here between Infused and Dog. Dog, of course, taking the first one, as you can see on your screens. And Infused will take themselves a CT side here after the 9th round. It's going to be the pistol coming up to buy here on the map up here. 5 sets of armor, for the CTs, and the utility buy on 2 players for the Dog Gaming side. They'll get themselves in towards Banana. It looks like it's going to be a B hit very quickly here. Yeah,
they are setting up pretty sharpish, and a lot of aggression. They don't actually have any stance towards A at all, so they are putting all their eggs into this basket here on, well, pretty close to Easter anyway. They are on a hunt, and it's going to be for CT Blood. Now, let's see what they're going. They're going to start the execute now. Ash leading the charge. Shiki popping shots through the smoke. Is going to find a little bit of damage. Ozzy taken quite low. And there we go. Shiki, first kill on towards Ash. Mezzi trades it back, and Shiki finds a second. Another trade, though, is going to bring the scores even here as the bomb makes its way onto site. Plants, or fake plants, waiting for the rotate on the backstab, but it's not going to come. There's no players coming through there. They are all on CT. That's the position. Mezzi holding the angle vigilantly, though. I mean, credit to him. He certainly sticks to his guns, but it's not going to stop Yish from getting that pick off onto Shiki as Luigi trades it back, and Mezzi finds another. Now, trades going back and forth, and the bomb still hasn't been planted. 39 seconds has allowed them to get the positioning that they need, and now a really low HP 1v1. Pickles and Mezzi. P250 versus USP. Armor is on Pickles, but I don't think it's going to matter. If he takes a shot, he's going to die. 5 HP. There we go. Turns the corner. And that's the first round going over to Dog Gaming. They are going to be able to pick that one up. And now let's see how they do here. The second map, Inferno. Obviously, again, we saw it earlier, and we saw some crazy plays coming out from Barrage Gaming earlier. So hopefully Dog can simulate that performance. And if they do, they will come out victorious of this best of 3, and which will mean that they will progress further in this winner bracket. Obviously, anybody who loses these best of 3s isn't just out of it yet. They do go back down to the losers bracket, which, of course, being a double elimination, still in with a chance at the grand title.
And now it's going to be, well, here's the CT trying to hold out for whatever they can. Unlikely for them to win this one, of course. So as it will be Debaser taking down Ozzy, and we have got our proper names in the server this time rather than the random Lickles and Hickles and Pickles and well, I mean, Shaney still got himself some Korean names, so there's always that as well. But we know he's Shaney, so it's all right. Yep. 5 on 4. Debaser's taking that first pick on towards Ozzy, and now the T side once again look to hit the B site. 1 minute to go. Only one person to find in the form of Shiki. And now here come the flashbangs. Here come the smokes. They're going to go on through. Shiki actually going to get a nice 1D onto Yoshi, so that's not even that bad. A 4 on 4. And it's going to be actually one coming back as well for the CT side. Finally traded by Debaser to Shiki. 3 versus 3. And now Shane's going to have a Mac 10. Will spray his way onto Debaser, trying to find that 1 kill. But 19 HP is going to get taken down too. Bomb's going to get planted. It's still going to be an awkward retake coming in. But I mean, Infused are going to go for it. Makes sense. No reason not to. But now Dog Gaming will hold back and try and set up the upper position. Good 1 deke from Pickles. He's going to get himself a UMP in. For 98 HP, going to move him from Church, trying to get himself back towards Coffin and shut things down. Ash will take him out, however. And now Debaser holding back towards the back of Tribox will take him out. And now it's Lumji. 1 versus 2 situation going, challenging onto Debaser. Takes him out onto Ash. Once again, a 1 versus 1 for Lumji to try and win. He's got no defuse kit, though. And I think he may have had this bomb tick too far away. Just trying to see if he can take the last gun out of the hands of the T side. He will make it expensive. But regardless, it is going to be a second round on the board for the T-side Dog.
That's, well, it's not the best losing second round that you can have. It's the second best. They did get the plant, but they managed to kill all of the terrorists. Obviously, it would be better if they'd have all survived and lost the round, but that probably wouldn't have happened because that's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's impossible, killing everyone and all surviving. I don't know. Anyway, it's a pretty good round is what I'm trying to get at. They managed to take all the guns out, which is going to just stump the T economy even further. I mean, they're all sort of mid-1000s right now, except for Grizz and Yish, who are on 300. Oh, sorry, 0 and 300, respectively. So we'll see how they are able to do that. But Debasa doesn't let that phase him. Shiki goes down. Yish finds a second one as well, as they start pushing up. Banana Lumji trades it back from Logs, but gets taken down pretty quickly by Debasa. And now they're stuck on a 2-man hold on B against 4 approaching terrorists.
Yeah, Macy's out towards the apartments area, so he's going to get this information pretty quickly that there is no CTs on the site. He can get plenty of time for him to get it as well, so rotations can be called at any time. Ash still going to get the smoke out, the insurance policy to ensure that no one is going to be taking them down on the cross, but once again, no one is there from the CT side, so this shouldn't be an issue for them. This should just be them running on towards the A site, getting the bump down, and calling it a third round of conversion, round 2 their favour, and of course, it's pretty standard CS, it's pretty standard conversions. Eco from the Infused side. Aussie and Shaney will try and rotate and try to see what they can find. Again, just trying to take as much money out of the hands of the T side as they can, because their economy, even right now, is sitting on very ropey ground. 2,800 on Debasa isn't going to be the best money line that you would expect. So for Infused, any damage they can do right now is going to be great. However, they have, of course, mocked things up. It's going to be $1,800 for Debasa to bring things back in. Yoshi's also gotten a kill, so it's going to be $600 for him as well. So money's starting to get built up for the T side. It's just all down to Aussie to try and do any damage that he can. And he might find a kill here. No, Ash is going to take him out. So it will be 3 rounds. Standard conversion in the favour of the Dog Gaming team.
Yeah, 3 rounds on the board now. First gun round coming out. And of course, the fact that there was that second round strength of economic damage coming out is going to limit the economy somewhat, but it's not going to stop them from having everything they kind of want. I mean, they are now on 3 UMPs and a Mac 10. So instead of this, they could have been up against potentially 3 AKs, 2 UMPs, that kind of a build on this third round. But instead, they have this little bit easier lineup to go up against, and now they've got everything they need on board. A lot of the CTs though do not have a lot of utility. And they don't have that head armor. They are saving and scrimping wherever they can. They do want those superior weapons, and that's what they're going to be looking to go for. They're looking for the aim challenges. Let's see if they can do it.
Here we are, entrance coming on through. Lumji and Picklesby there to defend. Lumji out towards Pit, drops the bomb. Instant info and instant rotation can be called in from the CTs. Almost lands himself a second to the player in apartments. The base is getting tagged up as well. Lumji takes out Yoshi for the second. The baser, yes, he'll find himself a third. Lumji going insane. Now Mezzi, will he find the kill? Yes, finally shuts down the 3K player for the Infused side. And Griffs and Mezzi now in a bad spot here. A 2-on-4, low HP on Mezzi in particular. And Griffs, well, not much he can do from his positioning either as well. So the bomb's down in CT control. May just be worth it to save. Of course, it is 2 UMPs, so maybe try and see if they can follow up the money. They've got actually a little bit of cash in the bank, but I don't think they can get themselves together a force buy after this round. We'll see how they do. It's going to be Griffs challenging on towards Aussie. 97 HP, doesn't actually win out the fight. It's going to be Pickles that trades out Mezzi. Meanwhile, as he does go in for an M4, Shiki cleans things up, taking advantage of the situation and bringing it around on the board for the Infused team.
Did not clear that angle fast enough. He was going for the M4 and he just saw a guy and threw his gun at him. That's not how you shoot people. You've got to
have my weapon, it will make the match more even.
Yeah, I know. Huh, this isn't even my final form. Your attack didn't even hit any of my vital organs. Let me show you a real attack.
AK's put up for the T side now. UMP on Griffs as well. AWP for... I can't. It's going to be the T side getting themselves in for a pick style play into middle, towards apartments 2, up towards Banana. Shiki and Aussie will have to be the ones challenging from sandbags and from Banana itself. Bomb's not committed to either side yet, so the T side are definitely working with their options to try and hopefully pick up a few of the Infused lineup.
5-on-5 still, very slow start so far. 1 minute 10. This is something we've seen as a consistent theme in throughout this sort of tournament, is a sort of a fast take of position and then they just slow down really quite a lot. And that's something that I think is indicative of sort of a good level of mechanical skill, but maybe not the most aware of of strats in terms of having that coach behind, and that's again indicative of a tournament like this where pretty much none of them will have coaches.
It's going to be now challenging coming on through from the T side to try and set themselves another round here. Will challenge onto Shaney. Ash takes him down, and look at this. They're going to go right towards Speedway and split on towards the B side. Shiki and Ozzy, a lot of work for them to do, but they can start things off by getting that first pick. Shiki's going to get one. Yoshi's there to trade Ozzy. Low amount of HP, 11. He's going to be the man. He drops the bomb inside the site. A double kill. Headshot comes out. Ash and Mezzy. Mezzy's given away his position. He knows where he is. Takes down Ozzy anyway. A 2-on-2 in 10 seconds now. Gotta get the bomb down. He's going to plant it for first, and now it will be a retake coming in from Lungy and Pickles, both coming in from the banana area. One out towards Church as well. We'll be watching from CT, and now they will enter on through. Good Molotov though will push them back for a few more seconds.
Yeah, now 2-on-2 on the retake. The bomb timer ticking down. Only one kit. They have to be careful. Lumji, though, is going to start it off nicely. The trade could come through, and Lumji finds it. There we go. He doesn't have a kit. There's a kit right in front of you. Go and get it. If he doesn't get this, I will go over there. I will find him in this land hall, and I will slap him. But, of course, I wouldn't do that. We do not condone violence here at Insomnia. That is not okay.
He lies.
Yeah. So, no, he does pick up the kit after he defuses the bomb, which is, a bit counterintuitive. 3-2 now is the scoreline after Lumji is able to clutch that one out.
Yeah, and that's going to be 2-3 now. Forcepire coming in from the Dog Gaming actually side. Only an AK and a UMP to be working with. But other than that, Tech 9's Mac 10, full armor and utility buy as well. So actually they're going to be looking to make them the best out of this round as they can. And this could catch them off guard big time on the Infused side. Up towards second mid, 4 players through. Griffs is out towards Banana as well, watching for the lurk if he does decide to go for it. But middle will be where they take liberties in particular. Pickle's in a good spot here on balcony to take them out. Close range play actually coming in from Shaney. They've gone right past him. Oh my god, no way. The backstab comes in. He sprays and takes down 2. Looking for a little bit more, but it's not going to happen as Pickles trades and Ash gets trading back to a 4-on-2 situation. It's not gone well. And the great late play, the great aggressive play coming in from Shaney will shut down Dog Gaming. Almost though. They've opened up B side as Ozzy's been taken down. It's a 3-on-2.
They need to rotate and re-establish their control of the map right here on the side of
Infused.
Infused. That's the one. Of Infused. They need to do what they've done now, actually. They've sent a player over to B. They've got 2 players on A. They don't actually have sight on Arch, which I think is a woeful mistake here, because they did actually see a lot of aggression being taken into mid, and the fact that they don't have anyone watching CT or Arch really opens up a little bit of a chink for them. And that could be exploited. Of course, they're not doing that. They're actually going straight banana. They're going to have to contend with a player on Coffins, but he is playing very passive here. In general, all of the CTs right now are playing incredibly passive, and there's something to be said for that in terms of allowing them to come to you, because you have that numbers advantage. Even if you lose a player, you still have that even trade, and you know where they are, and there's the potential for you to be able to get those picks. And in general, I feel like it could work out for them. I tip Infused in this round.
Oh, wow. Great from Shiki. Turns it around, finds Griffs, just about gets traded out by Ash. The double peak does come in, but he does turn it into a 1 versus 2. So Ash has got a 4K clutch this one. Bring it back together for his team. Pickles and Lumji moving their way on through. They're both going to come in from CT. It will be wise to push one in towards Church and one in towards the actual main push, but I think they're both going to go towards the same angle. Yes? No? Yeah, no, yeah, they're both going to go towards main instead. And now the flashbangs will be good. Ash is going to wait for him to push on through here, expecting the tap to come on out. They've both got defuse kits, so they haven't got a whole lot of time. They have got a bit of time to work with, sorry. It's going to be Pickles tagged down to 13 HP. Ash going to look for this kill right here. Sprays away, looks for Lumji as well. He's on the defuse. He's sticking it, and he's just not going to land any tag damage whatsoever. Lurking in the smoke, trying to keep away from getting killed here. But Lumji, the bottom line is that he is taking a great defuse off the back of his mates, lurk and bait. And 1 stay alive for either side. 3-on-3. They're leaving it up.
Very nice. Yeah, the counter-terrorist side of Infused is coming up strong again. I mean, they lost the first 3 rounds, standard set, but they've come out swinging and they are ready to fight. Obviously, they do need to pick up this map if they want to be in with a chance of winning this best of 3. Otherwise, they will be going down to the losers bracket, which, whilst could be unfavourable, could also be favourable depending on who you're going to be facing. Maybe it's an easier road through the losers bracket. Maybe whatever. There's a lot of tactics to think about to see what's going on. But the aggression towards B is starting to shred through their defences. But Shiki is not out of the game just yet. Grizz taken a little bit of flack, but the main damage going over onto Debaser and Yeesh, who find themselves in an early grave. Maybe they'll haul out those coffins from B site, but Pickles finds one over to A apartments in the meantime, and now it's a 2v3. We saw this before. Again, I'm going to tip Infused.
Yeah, man advantage. Yes, they've got Pickles who's down, but he's nowhere near contention for sight, and they've also got to be dealing with Shiki, who's already in it of a 2k spray. If Ash and Griff's line up for him, then he's going to be able to take full advantage of that. He's watching the cross, expecting the first to come in. They've got some flashbangs, but they're not going to use any. Why are you not going to use your utility, guys? Because that's going to cost you big time, as it will be Shiki taking down a lot for this T side. Now Griff's alone, alive in a 1 versus 3. It's just not going to find it. Shiki with a 4k in that round. 4 rounds will be on the board for the Infused lineup, and that round that just didn't have to go so horribly for the Dog Gaming side, especially in that 2 versus 3. Yes, you tipped your hat onto Infused, but they had a mountain of utility to work with, and they used absolutely none of it.
They were expecting one player to be on the B site. They were expecting to be able to at least get a double peak and then be in a 1v2 at worst, and they didn't do it. Like, they went 1 by 1, so they basically played that as bad as possible on the approach to B. I mean, you know, it kind of sounds bad to say it, but like, they did mess up there. Yeah. They needed to either use a smoke flash, whatever they got. I didn't catch exactly what utility they had, but they definitely had a flash, I remember.
They had 3 flashes, if I remember correctly.
You know, and they could have pushed in together as opposed to going 1 by 1, and they did neither of those things, and they paid the price. Shiki able to get the first pick on the aggression, but the Tech 9 train keeps on rolling as Grizz finds the return frag. Oh, Shaney is going to push up from CT, but that's a lot of kills going over for the terrorist side, and this Tech 9 train has no brakes as the rotates are coming through. Lumji in the 1v2, watching for the player playing barbecue. I think he's got an inkling. It's going to be more than an inkling as he finds the pick onto the bomb carrier and turns it around. Lumji yet again with a clutch towards B site. This man is a B retake monster.
Indeed, great stuff right there. Lumsey 2k in that round, managed to find. Not only did that kill on the base and not only put himself back into contention for this round, it almost damn near won it. He could have played defensively, he could have played passively, because the bomb was in his control, and all he had to do was wait for the other player to peek, and he would have been in good stead to take the match and the round there. But in this case, he played aggressive. He got the kill anyway, so it works out either way. A bit more risky than I would like to play it, but he'll bring himself a 5-3 scoreline for his team. Money's not looking great for Infused, however. They've been losing a lot of players in these rounds. They've been investing a lot in rebuy, so that leaves them in a bit of an awkward situation where Shiki's not going to have the best amount of utility on his side, and their overall money line is just looking about the same as the Dog Gaming side, who have lost 5 rounds in a row. They're going to have to try and find his picks. They're going to have to try and find a few more rounds more convincingly than before, and Shiki's going to start things off great with a kill on Debaser for the issue.
They had a lot of strength last round on Dog on the terrorist side, but it's just not coming across here on Inferno. They need to step up their game, and what I think they've done is not actually put any they haven't really been pushing Banana, if I'm right, like on important rounds. I don't think they've been, you know, putting too much presence on Banana. What I think they need to do is potentially take stance further up towards the CTs and try and figure out what they can get a little bit more aggressive, because they'll pick up things like that pick onto Shaney. If they take that fight a little bit closer to where the CTs are, a little bit more uncomfortable, where there's that danger zone where, like, you get a pick, oh, they can go in, like, that's where you want to be playing, and let's see if they can do it on B site.
Yeah, 4-on-4 situation. Good kicks coming back against the baser and onto Shaney, but now it's going to be a T-side taking very aggressive holds. It's going to be, oh, they don't spot out Shiki. That's so good, because he's going to be able to take down one Aussie with a trade, as Mezzi's going to be able to get him back 2 versus 3. Man advantage for Infused, and Shiki just jumps straight for a smoke for the 3k. Yoshi does trade him down, and it will be the 1 plant coming in for the Dog Gaming side, but now Yoshi's got to clutch this out. Spots out Lumji, takes his head right clean off. All on Pickles now, back towards CT. We'll be watching and trying to come in from the church area, and Yoshi sprays away for a 3k of his own to take the kill and bring a 4th round finally on the board for the Dog Gaming side.
Is his name Yoshi?
Yoshi, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call him Yeesh. Yeesh. Yeesh.
Yeesh, Yoshi.
Yeesh.
Start playing good. No PM, no PM. I'll take that back. I'm sorry, Yoshi. I love you.
That's all right. Just don't lay any eggs. It'll be fine. The bomb moving out of T spawn as they start to go for their setup. Again, standard setup. Let's see where they sort of put their forces. And yeah, look, they're just holding at the base of Banana, and they aren't really, you know, they're Molotoving near old car, but Shiki. 1D around the corner. Is there going to be another one? No, it's not going to be. But Pickle's able to find one. Mezzi trades it back. 2 for 2 so far across the map. But yeah, in general, they're playing very passive on Banana. I think they need to take take stance a little bit further up there, and then they will be able to, you know, base where they're going to go a little bit better. They'll have a little bit more knowledge as to what's going on, and in general, they're playing it nicely around apartments. They're doing that A side of the map quite well, I'd say, but they need to pick up their B game.
Yeah, 2-on-2. Going to be the eco coming in from the CT Infused. I was talking about the economy in the last round, and as a result of Dog Gaming managed to find that round there. It's completely broken it, but still be trading nicely. Yes, the AKs are in play, but well, it was going to be a 2-on-2 as Aussie is now going to be left alone as the last man alive for Infused. Got himself an AK in armor though. Could still find this one, and against 2 AKs, that's not that bad as he pushes on through. Is he going to be able to spot out the information? No, he just goes peeking, and Yoshi able to land the headshot through the back of his back. Of course, 5-on-5 will be the score line here, and the CT side should be able to buy up. No, they're going to go for another quasi-eco coming on through here. Shiki's got himself the deal, the armor, and the flashbang, but of course he can play that very well. Of course, we saw that last shot coming in out towards Banana in the last round, so looks like it's going to be a quasi coming in once again, try to get themselves a bit more money to play with in the next round for the full bias. This one on paper should be one that goes to the favour of Dog.
Well, the smoke up mid is going to allow them to actually put more aggression towards Banana, so I would not be surprised if we see a late Banana rush. Yep, they are 4 of them, all starting to move up now. They haven't got anything to contend with at the top of Banana, so they can take that position fully. They are ready and waiting, it seems, though, on the CT side. The flash going over the top. Aussie flashes it across, turns the corner, does manage to find the pick off onto Ash. The rotate back as well is going to mean it's a solid hold so far on B. The terrorists are now trapped on Banana with a rotate coming in from Mexico there. They need to find a way in and out, actually, because they rotate back. They haven't spotted the lurker in Mexico, but they do spot out Lumji with a lovely one-tap. Griffiths just deals with that problem. And there's going to be another lurker behind, though, and I don't think they're expecting it. I think they're expecting to come up against just a full frontal assault. And here comes Pickles in the back. Let's see if he is able to get it.
Yeah, Pickles a little bit too slow, almost shut down the pushes that comes through. Now Shiki got to land his 1Ds, lands the first, backing back off towards Coffins. 1 kill for him so far. The bomb should go down on site. I think that Shiki has actually pushed away back in towards the Jojo. Pickles got himself an AK. Actually, this one they mean that bad. He's going to one-tap onto Mezzi, leaves Griffs alone alive in a 1 versus 2 in Shiki. He's got his crosshair train, trying to land his 1D, will spam away and find the headshot eventually. But that is going to be an eco quasi that Infused used to shut down Dog Gaming, and already we can see the Dog side are completely wrecked as a result. No money on their side whatsoever. There's going to be an eco coming in from the T side, and these economies just haven't been leveling out for these guys whatsoever. They've been doing so well to keep them under control, so shutdowns like this, they can be so expected so far on this map.
The current meta is that it's very rare that you see a full save. It's gotten to the point where now you can manage your economy such that no matter what, you can pretty much always have at least like Deagle's armor. And it seems to be that's what they're going for. Yeesh able to trade it back onto Aussie as the Banana train starts to roll, but they are just going to take a halt in the middle there as they try and rotate around. The rotate actually from a CT has come through, so they have reassigned one of their players, and once again it seems like when they get a pick, the place they leave open is Arch consistently. If they can spot that out somehow, I don't know, maybe after reviewing this game if they come up against them again, they'll be able to spot that out. The Arch seems to be quite open here, so we'll see how that goes for them as they start to push towards B. Yet again, this is the same thing we saw them do when Arch was open before. They pushed B.
Now they will push B once again. It's going to be Shaney. Good 2 picks, easy done. Well, there wasn't much challenge coming through, and Shiki will close things out with another one, and there's a third coming in for Shaney. All in all, no need to hype that up. It was once again going to be an eco. They did manage to find that M4. I was hoping that they'd be able to do something with it, but in this case, just not to be. It's going to be 7-5 scoreline favour of Infused. T-side will be able to buy in after the save in the last round, building up a little bit more economy, and there's going to be a bit of a force coming through here. 2 AKs, 2 UMPs, a Galil also on Yoshi. And the CT side also going to be buying in with the standard 4 rifles and 1 AWP, of which 2 are AKs. Saved from the last round here. 7-5. They will be pushing on through from the T side, and this is basically going to be fighting for round or the half victory here, as it will be. Well, what's the utility? Oh, Debaser, that's going to be so tragic. That means that they can take a little bit more liberties, but fortunately, Sheik is going to push away, so they will do the job anyway, and now it's going to be pushing in towards short areas, a truck side. Pickles going to be dealing with players coming in from apartments and coming in from the short area. Spots out the first. Yoshi's going to trade it right back. Lumji spotting out one, sprays away, and Shiki gets one in the exchange as well. A 4-on-2 as Shiki goes insane with a second kill, but gets traded out eventually by Debaser, finally taking him down, but there's still 3 players for him to deal with, and he's all alone with a UAP in his hand. Lumji takes the kill, and it will be 8-5 scoreline favour of the Infused lineup.
Yeah, A site is a lot stronger typically for Dog right now, but they just weren't able to convert it. I feel like they needed to send someone around Arch side. Like, in general, they haven't focused on Arch at all the whole game. I think that, no, okay, so that's a lie. They went there once. Do you remember when they pushed past Shaney and he backstabbed 2 of them? I think maybe they've gotten a little bit of leftover regret from that, because they haven't gone back there since, or well, before that they didn't go there at all. And I think that's something they're missing out on, especially if they get a pick early. That's the way into the map right now. If they are able to get that sneaker player through, maybe backstab onto B, get a pincer, something like that, or rotate around, but it's going to be not the case, as, well, the trade does go through, but they just back off of Arch again, and they opt to go around the short side.
And a 4-on-4 situation. Mezzi actually recovered the AWP from Shaney, so that's actually going to be a key power play for me if he can put it into effect. Yes, it is glass cannon, but when you consider that's 47.50 that he didn't have to invest into this round, that's going to be great for him. So we'll see if he can put it into effect. He's now just peeking on through towards the short side, trying to see if he can spot anybody in the site or on the pit area at the base. So also trying to out towards long. Shiki takes him down, looks for a second onto Griffs, taps away, finds a headshot. 2 versus 4 situation as Pickles takes the AWP out of player, looking for his second as well. Action's going to get cleaned up. And that's going to be Infused, winning some very easy rounds there. Now it's going to be round number 15, the last one of the half. Both teams have to invest in everything as they can. AWP's out for, well, actually only for the CTs, only for Infused, going to be on Shaney. And the T side just not opting to use it in this case. I don't think they've been that effective with it. I don't think they've had much of a chance to be effective with it. So we'll see if they can make the AKs work once again, as they will split their way in towards mid and second mid. Let's see what the strategy for the Dog Gaming side here is.
Grenades being lobbed down, Banana. I quite like the early grenade, the early HE down Banana, just sort of every round, just chuck it down. I feel like that dissuades a lot of just rushes, and especially like the Tech 9 train instances. The Molotov might be slightly more useful, but that's another way of dissuading any pushes with Aussie and Shaney able just to pick up 2 kills straight up like that.
Yeah, now Griff's going to see if he can try to chime back. Actually, does spot Aussie through the tiny gap in the smoke. Actually finds that headshot. Eventually, Lumji's also watching out for Messi. But Messi wins, actually, the trade right there. Pickles going to take him back at 3 for 2 now. A minute to go. Bombs in middle. Got to find 2 more players, and Griffs is just not going to be able to find his challenge. 12 HP for him. Debaser finally shuts down Pickles back to a 2-on-2, and now they've got to deal with the likes of Shaney, who knows he's got his tag damage on towards Griffs. He knows that Debaser is moving on through. We'll try and deal with a first that takes the bomb down. Looking for his second. Nicely done with a 5-7. A 3k for him in the round. It's going to be double digits for Infused to close out their CT half.
10-5. That's a pretty solid scoreline, especially given the last map. And it looks like potentially going to game 3 with that performance in the first half. It all, though, lies in their performance on the T side. It might be the case that Dog has a very, very strong CT. They come up against a lot of resistance. So Debaser going to be picking up a smoke and a defuse, and decoys and armor for the rest of them. Actually, look at what the T's have bought. They're going for a stack. Where are they going to chuck that nade? I think it's going to be down Banana. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, they've all gone there. They were opting to try and take those close players, but there weren't any, unfortunately, so they have wasted a solid $900 there. Smokes and flashes, though, still available, so we'll see what they're able to do with those. Maybe rotate away towards A, maybe smoke it out onto B.
Lots of execution potential for these guys. They can smoke it onto B, then that'll be great for them, but they're still going to be dealing with 3 players, so it's not going to be the easiest take in the world. They've got 1 player on the lurker. Pickles could get the information on where they are. Well, I say that they could have rotated and they do that, but there's not going to be the case. They're going to smoke out Coffins, they're going to smoke out CT, they're going to smoke out the fountain itself, and Mezzi just tapping his way on through the smoke, takes down Aussie, starts things off fantastically, and now Lumji will try and see if he can get himself the aggression out to take down the base, taps away, finds the headshot very nicely on a 4-on-4. There's still 1 back towards the back of the site itself. Ashram was getting some TKs in a 4 versus 4, and now we'll take the very hard aggression on towards site there. Takes one, Shaney gets one back, and Pickles has got himself a backstab. They've completely misread this. This is the perfect setup for Infused to shut this one down, assuming Shiki and Shaney can hold this one down. They can hold down the defensive. If this comes in, then Griff's is going to be in so much trouble. Will tap his way on towards Shiki, takes him down, and Ash takes down one more as well. Leaves Pickles alone as the last man alive to try and defend it. He's got to take down the bomb partner. If he can take down Yoshi, then this might still be contention. He lines them all up, but it's not going to happen. The body blocking, the beautiful play brings it 6 rounds in the favour of the Dog Gaming side, and Pistol, well, 2 of 2 to their favour.
That's all you need to do, especially on a pistol round. Just get your body in front of it for the diffuser. They have the time if they've got a kit. They did. They only need 5 seconds, and you can be that 5-second shield. That's all they need, because if they empty 15 rounds into you, you know, they only have 5 left in their clip on a Glock. So, and statistically, they're probably not going to hit those, and they're probably not going to kill you with those 5 shots. But wow, the nade stack comes up big.
Did you see what happened there? Like, Shady basically body blocked the first nade. It bounced up and exploded in his face.
Nades for breakfast, anyone? It's not the best. I don't think it's too good for your diet, but we'll see what's going on here. For some reason, Auto-Director just locked us onto the body there. But push coming in towards Banana, it looks like. Just general aggression across the map, and it's going to go well, actually, for Aussie as he gets the pick on towards Debaser on B.
Yeah, we'll also go pushing, trying to find anything he can for Infused. It's going to be a bit of a difficult round for their side. A 4-player spread around for the CTs to try and defend it, and Ash going to get backed up by his teammate in the form of Griff. So now they will try and push their way in towards A site instead. Lumji, Shiki and Pickles all forming up in towards short. They've got to be dealing with Mezzi, who has got himself a good angle on them. Will he line up the spray? Yes. No, actually he does get dinked, and now the second challenge is going to be extremely difficult. He's going to spy all the information, and there's a backstab on the way from Yoshi in particular. If they do try and spot it out, Mezzi's going to see if he can try to tap away. Bomb's going to get planted now. He actually almost takes on his own teammate. Yoshi's going to get one. Griff's finally with a kill, and that leaves Pickles alone in a 1 versus 4 just to get backstabbed. It's going to be the pause coming in for Shiki, as the bomb is going to get planted, at least Infused, going to have themselves with an economical advantage, but it's going to be Dog Gaming with the 7th round.
I really like how they're playing the CT side here. I think they've got it down. I think they're good on the rotates, and they have the angles that they need to, and they're putting their players in the right place. And it's something that Infused, I don't think, have dealt with up until this point in the opponents that they've faced. I mean, you know, maybe 1 or 2, but I think Dog Gaming really have got this down. I mean, it was really close in the last game, and they were very coordinated. And I think, once again, they're going to be able to do that. And because, I mean, look at how the terrorists were last round. You know, you're on pistols, whatever, and they spread themselves across the map. You know, if you're with those pistols, you want to be going for those double peaks. You want to be going for those close plays. And what they did was set themselves up like they were playing against an eco, not playing as an eco. And I think that really didn't go well for them. And they could have played it better, I think, by sticking together, maybe as a 3 in a lurk, or as a 4, just in general, going towards B, going in through apartments, going, you know, straight down mid, doing something rather than just sitting there and waiting to be slaughtered.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, the best that they were going to hope for was a bomb plant, so they found that one anyway. But you know, they probably could have found a little bit more in that case. I think they probably could have done a little bit more damage to the CT side, managed to weaken their economy a bit, because that's something that both these teams have been so good at, keeping each other's economy in check. So that way, when a round upset does come in, they can completely reset their opponents and bring themselves maybe a 2-3 more rounds to their favour. So Infused, like you say, you know, probably a bit of a misplay, a bit of a mistake coming in, doesn't grant them the full extent of what's the word I'm looking for?
The law?
Of the law, yeah, I guess you can say. Actually, the full extent of the law that they were looking for in this case. It's now just going to be a UMP buyout coming in from the CT side. I think they may have misread the fact that they actually got a bomb plant on the Infused side, because there's going to be 5 AKs in play for the T side.
Yeah, interesting decision. Those UMPs kind of don't make sense to me. A lot of them were bought this round, I think. Well, certainly a couple of them, and the fact that they haven't opted to go for those M4s is kind of, well, weird. I mean, they have had powerful UMP displays before, so we'll see how that goes for them. UMP obviously seeing that resurgence in popularity in terms of basically the eco weapon, pretty much taking over from the FAMAS and the Galil. There's not much point in buying a FAMAS and a Galil, and I think that has something to do with how, in general, the economy has shifted towards always being able to have that sort of weird sort of semi-buy, because, of course, the UMP being 1.2, 1.2k, it feels to me like that's the reason why people are pretty much always able to get something on the decks instead of having to go for those full saves by the FAMAS, full saves by the FAMAS. They can just get UMPs dotted around, maybe pick up a round, get a couple of kills, and do wonders with it. So we'll see how that pays off for them if they have 4 of them on the CT side.
And now going to be Bomb, not committing to either side. It is actually up towards the top and middle, but not on any particular person for the T side, so not particularly committed to any site. They can get picked up and rotate if they want to, but 25 seconds. They've got to make a move, actually. The Infused have actually run this clock down very, very low, so this one could fall apart at the drop of a dime now. They will pick things up, and they're going to move back in from short and long on this A site here. It's going to be Yoshi taking down a first. The Baser is going to be taking down one with Griffs, and a nice double kill comes in all on Shiki now. Last man alive in a 1 versus 4, and it went so wrong for the Lumgy side. Lumgy side?
Well, it is Lumgy's side, Team Infused.
For the Infused side, it's not going to work out for their favour whatsoever. It just fell apart so quickly, and now they're going to be reset again, and that's just, what do you put that down to? I'm not sure if that was just them running down the clock and then losing their lurker man and then just kind of like panicking, or something else, because that round was just very quickly won and done.
I think, it wasn't that quickly. They got the clock down to 20 seconds. Once it kicked off, it was very quick. I'd agree with that, but I think that's down to how it was played on the side of Dog. I think that they were what Infused were waiting for were people to expose themselves, people to maybe go and try and backstab, and that just didn't happen. They're disciplined, they know what they're doing, and that's down to being able to just say, look, we have the momentum, we want to play those close angles with the UMPs, and we don't want to give anything away. And they played it very well on the CT side, and it came up trumps. So 10-8 is the scoreline. Infused still ahead by 2 rounds, but they've yet to take a round in this half. 3 rounds though, so this is the round to do it. We'll see how they managed to do so. Oh, well, technically they did go for last round, but Shiki, the Deagle man, he is on point with that so far. The headshot lands, and they start their push onto B. Able to get the pick up onto Debaser at the back of site as well. And now it's all on the rotate. Griffs, Yoshi, and Mezzi, what have you got?
Shiki gets himself an AK as well, so we'll see how he plays it. I would like to see that on another one of the players with a little bit more HP, because if Shiki goes down, then that's going to be 1 AK out of the hands very quickly of the T side. But, well, actually, just forgetting about that and taking a look at the current comp of the retake from the CTs, Dog Gaming are actually going to opt not to go for this one. They're going to save their weapons, and I'm not sure that's just because they're kind of intimidated by the fact of the quick take coming in from the Infused side, but their economy is looking pretty nice. I'm not sure why they're not going for this particular retake. They can buy in and they can reinvest, but
it's kind of it's a very old Inferno strat back when it was before they changed Banana and all of that. It was much more difficult to retake B. A lot of the time, you would even see 4-man saves, and on the hunt, Pickles does get taken down by Griffs, but you would even see like 4-man saves, like they lose a player on B and they've taken the site. They'd be like, right, well, we'll just play next round. As you say, though, it's weird with the economy as it is. They could have gone for that. They could still have bought this round. They could have bought this AWP. No problem. No bother. And it is going to be picked up and given to Griffs. So we'll see how he performs on that. So, first terrorist round of the half going over to Team Infused.
Yeah, long last. Took him a little bit of time. Of course, the rifle round was going to be their particular domain. A good tack pause gets himself into contention, and now they will try and work off a little bit more. Ozzy's going to be burning alive. Oh, 7 HP. What are you doing? Why are you not moving? Ash gets a free kill that Infusion's basically gift to him with that Molotov. A 5-on-4 immediately to the favour of Dog now. They got themselves the man advantage, and they can hold face. They can wait for Infused to push in, because either way, it's going to be a man disadvantage push when they do eventually decide to hit on this B site, which does look like it's going to be. Actually, no, sorry, I take that back. Bomb's not committed, but 2 players, Shiki and Shaney, will now move on through and look for they can find Shiki with first challenge. Will Debaser read onto this? Will he watch the cross? No, he's in towards Church instead. So, minute to go now. Good presence from the T side, but are they going to work anything up? It looks like it will be execution coming through. Bomb's on its way. Ash spots that one, but he's going to get taken down. Back to a 4-on-4 situation. Debaser lines him up, sprays away, looks for one, but isn't only going to find one. To a 3-on-3 situation. The bomb's going to get planted, and now the retake will be on for Dog Gaming.
There we go. Yoshi opens it up. 2 versus 3 now. Flashes going around the corner, trying to bait out his enemies, but it's not going to be the case. Lumgy and Pickles both stood on site. if they manage to pick up this round, they are going to break the economy very successfully. Lumji pushing through the smoke, able to find one, turns the spray. Beautifully done there from Lumji, and it is going to look like a successful hold. And Grizz, with that AWP, backs off through Archway, going for the save.
Griff's realising his position. AWP not the best weapon to be retaking with, so rather than try your luck, just try and save instead. So back towards A site, back towards pit, try not to die. The C side aren't going to go on a hunt either way. They don't really need to. They don't really want to lose any more weapons than they already have. So just going to hold back and take the AWP into the next round, which is going to be, well, economy broken for the CTs actually. Only 5,000 and 6,000 to work with on Griffs and Mezzi, of which, of course, one of them has an AWP, so from the last round, the other one's just brought into a UMP, so going to be buy-up coming in from those guys, and just pistols for everybody else, so a quasi-eco coming on through here from the CT side. Let's see if they can work the pistols as well, as Shiki have been able to do with the Deagle in his particular hands. The base has got a Deagle as well, and a PT50 and P2K will basically round up the CT setup.
So, that AWP needs to come up big. Griffs, needs to find the right place for him to lurk, and it's going to be on that CT position. So, expecting a B push potentially. That seems to be where it's going to come from. But the bomb is actually more towards A, but I think, yeah, it's going to rotate away through underpass, just back up on Banana. So, a two-player hold. Is it going to be strong enough? We'll have to wait and see. That AWP does not manage to connect, and they hear it. They know where he is now. They know where Griffs is. Are they going to continue to go for it, or are they going to rotate and change it up because they know that now?
Well, they don't have information on the bomb site. Griffs actually he's going to rotate back towards Speedway, and I think he might try to rotate very quickly. Yes, indeed. He will just turn his ass right around and get back on towards the B site as he hears all the utility executing on towards the site. It's going to be a four-man peak that Ash just can't win. He tries to take down Aussie, but it doesn't happen today, and it's also going to be Griffs falling as well. Teasel have themselves plenty of map control. Yoshi's going to be able to get Shiki at least pushing in aggressive, got himself an AK, but there's Aussie for the trade. Not going to allow that weapon to go towards the CTs at all. Knows that there's one more sitting around there, spots him out, 9 HP. Doesn't need to go challenging, just make sure he doesn't get the AK, and you should be Gucci, because a 4-on-2, Dog Gaming cannot win this whatsoever. This should be a round in the favour of the T side once again.
Yeah, the scoreline looking very much in the favour of Infused right now. Back to their old form from the first half. That pause obviously doing them good. So they find the pick off onto Debaser as well. Mezzi not able to recover that AWP, so just trying to save the UMP. Has got a kit, has got a little bit of armour as well, so a little bit to save and a tiny bit to lose as well. Let's see. Yep, he is going to be able to save it. 12-8. Still a very close scoreline. I mean, it's definitely possible for Dog to come back for this pretty easily. I mean, they could lose another round, but after that, kind of probably not. They're going to want to maybe, well, they're definitely going to want to win this round and the next one at least, but then after that, they can afford to maybe give over a round. If they're lucky, they can afford to give one, but
yeah,
they need to win these two first.
Yep, and well, Aussie and Co are going to read onto how they're going to play this one. Lots of utility out towards Banana. Actually, a great read. They're expecting the aggression to come out from Dog Gaming, and now that they see it, the cross has been smoked, so now they're going to get themselves straight in towards middle and not even bother for the Banana push because they realise that it may be to their detriment. Now flashes and smokes over, Insurance on towards the long area, and all the T's will be rushing in towards short, now in towards the site. AWP from Griffs takes two, drops the bomb like that. The whole round flips on the drop of a dime. All the CT's favour now. 3 players held back towards short, 1 in apartments. Actually, I do take that back, but Mezzi and Co are holding things back as the utility will pour on through towards the pit area, and Lumji's going to get himself in there. Pickles gets 1, Yoshi with the trade, 3 versus 2 now, and Ash with the backstab. Yoshi all the way in towards short area. They have control of most of the site. They still have control of the bomb, and Yoshi's going to take control of the man advantage. Lumji, last man alive, 1 versus 3 on the site itself. No control of the bomb though. It's being watched by Mezzi. The moment he peeks out, he's got to take this kill, and he's going to give away his footsteps, the information. Moving on through towards Yoshi, sprays away, but Yoshi takes the kill. And like you said, they needed to win the round, and they will do it. It's 13-9, favour of Infused.
Now, this is the crucial round in terms of the potential comeback. If they lose this, their economy will be broken, and that's pretty much the map, which means it will go to map 3 in this best of 3. Obviously, with Infused taking the first map that we saw earlier, which was Overpass. Very, very close, actually. I think it went 16-14. just in favor of Infused. So we'll see if Dog. Sorry, no, it went in Dog's favor. Sorry. Did it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, it did. I'm just
Are
making
you sure
stuff
you're
up
still
now.
not hungover?
Oh, we're not talking about that.
4 on 3
Okay.
now.
I'll let you do the exposition.
Yes. Oh, good shot from the base head. Takes down Shaney. So now it's just Pickles and Lumgy, last 2 alive. And, well, the CTs will clean this rifle round up pretty nicely here. It means that, well, Infused up for a reset. Potential another eco coming on through. So, well, like you say, win that round, put the money in contention, win the next round, reset and take another one after that. Maybe a double eco, depending on how the money lines do sort themselves now, which, well, shouldn't be too awful. It should be a little bit of money on Shaney and Pickles and Aussie. So, for now, it will just be one on a push coming in, one going out towards Mexico, trying to get himself in towards his teammate's position as well. But Yoshi's going to hear all of that out as they now have 45 seconds to get themselves on towards B side. I think he knows exactly what's coming through. Lumgy, will you peek first in towards sandbags? Yoshi has a good read onto where they are. Spots him, sprays the first, looks for a second. Pickles actually takes him down, gets bomb control and tries to plant here. With Molotov out towards Dark. Still got to do the flashbang and smoke though. You've got to cover off because the base has got that right angle right there. Sprays away. Shuts him down. Easy kill. Easy skins. Easy life. 30-10. Favour of the Infused side.
Yeah, they're performing exactly as they needed to right now. 13 is where they want to keep them right now. Pistols have to be brought out on the side of Infused. Tech-9 train, I imagine. Do you know what? I want to see a push down mid and go arch. That's what I want to see from them right now. Or apps as well. That's a secondary. Ooh. I'm trying to guess where they're going to go, and it seems like apps is the call. In which case, the fact that there's 3 CTs or towards B, 1 rotating away now, is not going to go well for them. And that right there is a one-way smoke from Mezzi. So if they push up, he can see their legs, but there's no way they can see his. So they have to wait for that to clear, otherwise they will just get slaughtered. The push comes out, the drop comes down, and it is going to be Pickles to open it onto Yoshi. Griff's able to trade it back, but there we go. Another pick in pit, and the bomb gets planted on the site.
4 on 3 situation. They did lose 1 in the form of Lumgy. They got themselves pretty nice angles locked out here. They just have to play the close range game because the AWPs, NK and M4 will be what will be their detriment here. The base is going to go challenging. 1 also on site with the Tech-9 Aussie will find himself at least a bit of a challenge. The tag damage not coming in actually. Sorry, I was going to say there was. But now the AWP is watching the cross. The base gets dinked. AWP from Griffs finally chimes in. Aussie gets 1. Ash gets another. It's a 2 versus 2. Shiki's not revealed his position until now. He's only got a Glock to be working with as Pickles picks up 1. And now it's going to be tapping away with the USP. Takes down 1 more. Does Ash, but he's not going to be able to take down Shiki as he gets double peaked. And it will be an M4 recovered for the end of that round. 14-10. Favour of Infused. I think we might be looking at map 2 here.
Certainly seems that way. I mean, 14-10.
Map 2, map 3, excuse me.
Yeah, sorry. You're doing a me. You're doing a me.
We're both hungover.
Yeah, so Griffs is going to be picking up that AWP, taking it mid, smoking it off. So, I mean, kind of counterproductive to his own sort of goals here, I think. With that AWP, you can really have a controlling presence in mid. But looks like apartments is where Infused are going to want to control themselves, and again that one-way smoke is going to actually allow him to push through, but Pickles able to pre-fire down onto Mezzi, and again this execute onto A site went well for them last time. Let's see if they can have a repeat performance.
Yeah, now just Bomb going to get down here very quickly. Just the AWP and M4 to be working with for the CT side. Deagle and 5-7 other than that on the base are in Ash. They're not going to find it. It's going to be, well, players rotating away for the save again. They're going to bank on overtime. A very similar strategy that worked out or didn't work out for Infused in the last map. Will it work out for Dog Gaming in this one, as it will be a 15-10 scoreline in favour of the T side. Don't do this again. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so we're not going to be entirely dropping out of service today, but oh yeah, 15-10, favour of Infused. I mean, predictions, are we going to be seeing map 2? I keep saying map 2, map 3 here.
Yes, we're going to see map 2. We're seeing it right now. Yes, I think we're going to see map 3. I think that there's no way that they can come back too strong from this. I mean, look at their economy. They can't really afford anything else. They're going to get some money here on board, but I mean, it's not going to be more than... Actually, oh yeah, trade comes out, so they do take a gun away, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that does not matter. I mean, look at the amount of money Infused have. I think it's highly unlikely, obviously. These guns going across UMPs, which I said earlier, allows them to have that sort of weird eco. As Griff's has that AWP as well. And, like, they have cobbled together a pretty good setup here in terms of what they could potentially have gotten. Those AKs coming up against a little bit of stiff competition as Shiki taken down to 45 HP by pre-nades and all of that stuff. And, well, Griff's taken down a bit lower as he is able to pick it all up. Now, again, this aggression onto A site is going to come out from them, and they are able to get the pick onto Yoshi. Pickles is going to be there, but Shiki watches for the rotates, gets one, taken down. Debaser is going to be the one to do it now. Shaney leaves Debaser as the last man left standing, and he leaves him as the last man to die as well. 16-10, and that's going to be Infused picking that one up. And once again, our camera is totally working.